everybody, Nikki D from 5 Dog Farm. It's a beautiful day today in between the storms that have been coming through. So Sam and Maddie came over and we are getting some springtime work done in the garden. Today what we're doing is I took the tractor and went over to our mushroom compost that we had left from last year, which is way over there. And I'm taking some scoopfuls and we're regenerating our raised beds. These were supposed to be temporary, but they're hanging in there, so we're going to keep these raised beds and continue to build more. We'll replace these as they fall apart. The tin ones are going to be lifetimers, I hope. So we're putting the mushroom compost down into the bed. I'm going to grab some of our household compost as well and mix that in. And then we need to go to each of the beds here. As you see, we've got quite a few beds that are going to need to be done. So it's not a small project by any means. The garlic beds, the green tin raised beds, they're already finished. They have been planted and ready for this year's new crop. Then the next thing I'm going to need to do, since we've already got our seed started, is go into my planter from last year where I sort of willy-nilly put what I had planted in here. I'm doing a better job of that next year. If I can give you one tip, be sure you write down what you planted where, because as I'm learning as a gardener, there are certain things you can't plant after something has been there and taken certain nutrients out of your soil. If you plant something else there that needs that nutrient, the previous plant may have taken it all. So I want to make sure that I'm not putting in a vegetable that's going to need something that I can't give to it. I got to make this as easy as possible for me. So we're going to get to working. We're getting more done, which is great. I just wanted to show you. Isn't that a beautiful thing? There's nothing better than seeing a new garden bed, fresh dirt, getting the plants in. I just love how that looks. So here's my forget about it green onions. For those of you that have seen the video before, being a new gardener, I kind of got steamrollered last year. There was a lot going on, and some of the things like this oregano down here, this is going to mark the 3rd year that this oregano has been here. And as much as I'd like to take credit for being a brilliant gardener, really what happened was I forgot about it. Just like these green onions, I forgot about them. I did not cover these over the winter time. I just left them here and it worked out great. So I'm starting to wonder, is forget about it gardening a thing? I don't know. So welcome to Cucumber Arches. This is where we're going to be growing the bulk of our cucumbers this year. Last year, we just had the one arch there. And I did get a lot of cucumbers. And I canned quite a few pickles. All kinds. Sweet, hot, garlic, kosher, you name it. But the family not only loves pickles, they love cucumbers. So I thought I would make it bigger and do this whole section with cucumbers binding over the arches. Besides the fact, I thought it would look really cool. So just envision cucumber arches coming soon. Sammy and I had finished these 6 raised beds and it went pretty quickly, which is always nice when you have a farm task. And let me tell you how happy we are to have the raised beds. Just the other day, we had what seems to be the 5th largest storm in Tennessee to hit. We had at least 7 to 9 inches of rain within 24 hours. It was nuts. I have never seen that kind of water come down consistently, literally, you guys, hours of heavy rainfall, not to mention the thunder and lightning that was going on, like some bad horror movie going on where you say, nobody gets that much lightning. So I've changed my mind about those movies because we did. But look, the planters are not watery puddles like, well, that tarp over there for the garden that I'll be hopefully creating this spring. It's literally a puddled mess. So yet another reason why I really love the raised beds and the fact that the drainage on them for crazy weather like we happen to have here in Tennessee, we do get a lot of rain. That was obviously off the charts, but we do get a lot of rain. And more, I'm just really looking at raised beds as being my thing. You know, as you get older, as an older gardener, last thing I want to be is on my hands and knees. The raised beds are easier. Now these are shorter, as you guys can tell. My green beds are much taller. Did that for a reason. Not just because the tin was tall, but because I don't want to keep bending over. But in the meantime, these 6 beds have been finished up. I'm going to probably start taking my seeds tomorrow that I have started and getting those transplanted into bigger pots for them to continue to grow and be healthy and happy as they seem to be doing right now. And then we'll talk about that coming up here soon, is how the seed starting is going. Again, still very new for me, and how we're going to get them transplanted out here. So I really appreciate you guys following along on this garden journey where we're all learning together. This is Nikki D from 5 Dog Farm, and I'll talk to you soon.